Hello and welcome back to Our Life, Beginnings and Always. So just like it does in real life, childhood has flown by and we've had some really cool experiences and memories. Talking about my life and talking about our life. And I hope that you are enjoying this series. We're going to move on to the second chapter. Well, not moving on to the second chapter. There's still a whole prologue for this. So the prologue and then summer ended. You sure? Yeah, I think so. I'll never get tired of that view. We go right into the moms again here. I forget what happens in this. These are always nice little wrap-ups of everything that's happened over your summer, and it's kind of towards the end of summer. So, let's see. You stood beside your moms, Lizzie and Cove, as the five of you watched the sun dip into the ocean somewhere far, far away. You like to imagine it cooling off on the water, resting itself before getting ready to shine brightly again tomorrow. That was a fun day. I didn't know they had magicians in the shopping street now. So we went to the shopping street again and saw the amazing Alexander. Neither did I. Oh no, we are so dull. Let's get out more. He didn't do real magic, Mom. How'd you figure that one out?
Duh.
Because I know that's not what real magic looks like. God bless you, Lizzie. She's not saying magic's not real. She just knows that that's not what real magic looks like. This is real magic. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's seen the great and powerful Trixie. Oh, Lizzie dear, there are all kinds of magic in the world. Lizzie gave Mommy a suspicious look but didn't dispute the claim. It's true. It's true. There are all kinds of magic in the world. He looked over at Cove, who hadn't said a word since she started home. He didn't look upset, though, just content. You were aware he still hadn't quite warmed up to your parents. I mean, strange parents. You've only been here around them for like a few months, right? I mean, I can see that. It's interesting to me that they have to walk along the beach to get to the shopping street. They can't just walk down the road. Maybe it's more fun to walk down the street on a beach, I don't know. Well, we can't sit out here all night. Time to hurry home and get cooking. Who's helping with dinner? Lizzie immediately let out a groan.
Ugh.
Mom, summer's almost over. The protest was obvious. You could practically see school on the horizon. You certainly didn't want to spend your last bits of freedom cooking dinner. You could do that any other day. Please, can we play just a little longer? We have to keep playing before it's too late. It is almost over. You put on your best puppy dog eyes. Lizzie may not want to, but you plan on going home. Nah, we have to keep playing before it's too late. Mom raised a brow, the corner of her mouth lifting before she pursed her lips. You make it sound like it's the end of the world. It practically is. You nodded vigorously, thankful that you had your sister on your side. Surely your joint effort would wear your mom down. You got your sister on your side, that's right. Lizzie is on our side.
Please.
Soon we'll have homework and reading to do. We can't do work now, too. So reading is what you enjoy though, Lizzie. You do that quiz every year. Lizzie made her case and then stomped her foot into the ground. You mimicked her, feeling that would add something to the argument. Yep, that's right, we want to be just like our sister. Well...
No.
Oh, come on, Pam, I can help you with that. Mommy leaned in for a hug and you knew that you were very close to victory.
Okay.
Alright. But as soon as dinner's ready, you lot are coming inside, understood? Yes, Mom. Yes, Mom. Cove, dear, you're welcome to join us as well. Yeah. Cove gave a non-committal shrug to your mommy, which you took as an agreement. So much to do, so little time. Maybe I could still get the seashell bracelet and tines and trinkets? Ooh, maybe the playground, or the fireflies will probably be coming out, right? Did I get a say in this? You silently made your real plans. We can't go too far. I'm going home. Don't I get a say in this? Lizzie looked over at you, narrowing her eyes like she was very seriously contemplating the answer to that question. She a little vexed. A strong gust of wind made you shiver. Lizzie huffed as she draped her arms around herself.
Rude.
Doesn't the wind know that summer's not over yet? That's all Lizzie said before abruptly turning on her heel and heading off in the direction your mothers had gone. Where are you going? I'm going to my room. I have lots to plan if I want to make the most of tomorrow. She wanted to play some more, but then she did this. Oh, Elizabeth. You thought this was over. You thought this over. Looking off toward the water again, Lizzie didn't wait, and before long she was disappearing off down the road. Meanwhile, Cove was going in the opposite direction, heading for the beach. Yeah, we're staying with Cove. We're not going in without... Our sister's cool, but she's going inside? Lame. Cove gave you a smile that you couldn't help but return.
Cool.
He made a little gesture that you interpreted as follow me and then started heading to the waves. Cove knelt down, picking up something you quickly identified as a smooth rock. He reached his arm back and tossed it into the water. Oh man, this was pretty good. This is something I do all the time. I do love me some skipping stones. I do it all the time when I can. So you were impressed over how far he got it to go. It sailed well out into the sea. It was a good toss. That was pretty neat. It wasn't a long throw, but he didn't care to try for that. The rock sunk kind of like a rock and fell back down almost right after he tossed it. So how athletic is Cove? I mean, the good thing is he only broke his right wrist, or whatever, right arm. It's frickin' jet ski. Cove's frickin' jet ski adventure. Oh wait, you don't know that yet. That's not until later. That's like the last chapter, the Act 3. You find out about Cove's frickin' jet ski adventure. Anyway, let us digress. It was a good toss. That was pretty neat. You can't skip rocks in the ocean. You looked for your own rock. Deciding to join Cove, you searched nearby for any rocks or shells that you could throw too. Found a shell that would suit your purposes, a smile growing as you tossed it as hard as you could. It landed with a wet-sounding thunk a few feet away and slipped down into the water. Oh, come on, boo! Boo! Marina's better at skipping. She'd be doing this all her life. When you looked over at Cove, you didn't seem to notice that his throw had been more impressive. That wasn't fair to me. You don't get me to... I don't get to pick how good my throw is, but Cove, I get to pick how good Cove's is? Cove was looking down at his cast, scratching idly at the pink surface even though you were pretty sure he couldn't feel it. His brows were furrowed and there was a frown on his face.
It's not fair.
I've had to wear this cast for ages. I can't even swim. When do you get it off? How did you get it? Let's ask him. I want to know. How do you get it? I was jet skiing. There we go! Cove's jet ski adventure! You can find out now! Haha. Really? That's not fair. Cool! Your jaw dropped at his answer. You wondered if he'd broken his arm doing an awesome move like a loop in the air. Cove looked a little taken aback by your outburst, but after a second he gave a small nod. He then continued to explain. I crashed. He gestured to his arm as if to say, and this was the result. It's hard to believe you're allowed to jet ski.
Well...
I'm not. Oh. Cove let out a huff, plopping down into the sand. I can't believe summer's almost over. So there, we got our brief explanation of Cove's jet ski adventure. He sat down next to him and nodded in agreement, regardless of the sudden topic change. He basically convinced some teenagers to take him on a jet ski, and then they like crashed because he was on there. I don't want to go to school. I mean, I would. I don't want to go to a new school. I think it'll be the same school as you and Lizzie. My dad said something about that. Cool. You're gonna like it. Everyone's super nice. We got all the friends there, right? These are all our friends that we don't get to see all the time. Like, Marina has all the friends there. All the friends. You'd only ever been to the one school, but you were sure that his old school couldn't have been that much better. Then again, he did have to make new friends and meet new teachers. It could be kind of scary. Cove shook his head, then wrapped his good arm around his knees and drew them to his chest. Then you had to meet new teachers every year when you go to elementary school, grade school. You heard a sniffling sound, and when you took a good look at his face, you realized that his eyes were wet.
I want to go home.
Aw, poor Cove. You'd never had to move before, but you thought you could understand. If you had to go to a new school all of a sudden with all new people, you'd probably be dreading it too. Even though you sort of maybe understood, you weren't sure how to help. Okay, I'll see you later. Cove gave his head a small shake. No, I want to go back home. Right, Cove wanted to go back to his old home, the one that sat waiting someplace far from here. The one he'd bring up whenever he felt this way, sad. It had been a while since he'd moved in, but he didn't seem to feel any better about being here. You settled back down into the sand, trying to consider what to do. See, it's kind of annoying after this, because all this, I understand, but we've done our best to make him feel welcome and be his friend and get close to him this summer, and he still feels this way. I mean, I guess this is kind of here in case you didn't do any of the other moments, so you could still kind of see how Cove feels. But she would straight up ask if he hates it here. Cove's brow furrowed even more. Then he shook his head. He felt a rush of relief fill you. You liked having Cove here. It would be sad if he'd been miserable the whole time. You're not going to leave, right? You'll still be around? The question was a little surprising. Of course! Your parents would have mentioned if you were going to move or something, right? After a second, Cove gave a little nod. Once I get my cast off, we could go swimming. You were fine with him changing the subject again. It'll be too cold by then. He smiled so he'd know you were only kidding. Cove smiled, then looked back to the waves. My dad keeps saying I'll get used to everything eventually, and I'd feel better then. It used to make me angry. I don't want to get used to everything. He spared a glance over at Cove and saw the anger that had slipped off his face in favor of something almost puzzled. But maybe that would be okay after all, as long as I really do feel better. I can't see it. You could remember a long time ago when you'd first started going to school. You had absolutely not been okay with the idea of being away from your parents for most of the day, to listen to strangers tell you what to do and sit with kids you'd never met before. Oh yeah, right. Marina Foster? Are you sure? This is slander and libel. Chicanerous and deceitful. Things changing is hard. You held his hand. I can't. I can. I'll make sure you do. I'll make sure you do. Cove laughed just a little, but you grinned, proud that you were able to drag one out of him when he was obviously feeling down. Even still, a second later his eyes get a little misty once more. You got the feeling they were different tears than the ones from before, though. I hope next summer I'll surf and go exploring and everything will feel like it's supposed to again. You gave Cove a big smile. I hope so too. The two of you sat quietly, just taking in the sounds of the waves. But we'll never know because next summer we'll never get to see it. We're going to time skip 5 years. Also, my friend did tell me this set's set in 2006 right now, so this is where we're at. You hope that Cove... So when I'm like agonizing over the age of the cars, they are early 2000s cars, basically, or late 90s if they keep a car that long. In that kind of weather, you probably could keep, if you don't drive a lot, you could probably keep a car a long time. Like, it wouldn't be anything that would be affecting the paint and stuff that much, and these people seem like they don't go places too much. They probably drive for work sometimes. I mean, I don't know. They only have one car, so I don't know if both moms drive for work or if one of them works from home or they both work from home or what the plan is. I think eventually we get more of an insight on what the moms do for work. I don't remember. You hope that Cove would be able to accept this place as his new home. You definitely try to help in what ways you could. There were so many wonderful things here that Cove probably hadn't ever seen yet. Lost in thought, you started a bit when you heard a faint, familiar sound. The sound of your mom shouting your name. You looked over your shoulder, realizing it was probably time for dinner. Time had really gone by fast. You stood and dusted the sand off yourself. My mom's calling. It's time for dinner. You should come. Cove looked up at you, his expression screaming reluctance, yet ultimately, okay. See, that could have been voice acted. Missed opportunity. When you smiled, Cove returned with one of his own. Marina, thanks.
Thanks.
Thanks. We get to, one last time we get to hear, thanks. That's my favorite Cove line so far. My favorite line is the Lizzie going, yeah! But I like, thanks. It was nice where you were right then. But the two of you couldn't stay there in your own little world any longer. You were being called forward. Being called by whoever or whatever. I know the whole line from Silent Hill, but I can't right now with it. So the both of you ran off towards your house, leaving the waves and summer behind. Oh man. Is that it? Oh yeah. That was it. What? 15 minutes? What? I'm a little disappointed. That's the whole my friend had like an hour-long video for this. I'm sitting around thinking, hey, I'm gonna have this ridiculously long video here and it's stuff, but really, that was literally the whole thing. That was it. Well, we're here now with Marina Foster. This is in between, where you get to pick what your character is gonna do in the next stage. So I guess we'll do this since we did 15 minutes of a video where we just talked to Cove on the beach and didn't wrap up anything else. There was no Shiloh, there was no other scenes with Lizzie or the moms, just a little bit, nothing with Cliff. You know, it's weird. We don't ever see Shiloh again. I thought we saw him in the prologue. I thought we saw everybody in the prologue. Future prologues do that. Well, I might record the epilogue today then, or the prologue for chapter 2. Anyway, our skin tone, we can't. Yeah, you can't change any of this. That's what I thought. I can change my eye shape, my face shape. Oh, you can get. I guess you can have lost weight or gained weight. I just wanted to see. No, I'm not changing any of this. I just wanted to see. Yeah, you can change your name, your first name. And yeah, for this stage, this is, you're 13 now. Marina is 13. I also should have changed this to orange. I don't know why I didn't last time. I didn't even think about it. But yeah. I'm not going to change any of the fundamental stuff about her. So, her hair. She's 13 now. Let's think about her hair. Oh yeah, we have this scar on our head. We like... Yeah. Cove might have went jet skiing, but Marina had some other kind of thing happen. So we're a little bit more adult now. So let's think about this. I mean, there's that. We could cut it short at two-tone. Then we just get into the two-tones here, don't we? Yeah. I do like this, but then you see the scar. I don't think she'd want people to see the scar. So let's think about that. Huh. Yeah, no part. I do like the triangle. It wouldn't be long. She's not gonna be a super long and girly kind of girl. Ooh, I like that. I just want to see, because my thought was something like this, and then you have like ponytail. See? Oh man, you could be Hatsune Miku. I never looked at these. Oh, see, I could have. This is what I should have did before. That would have looked good. See, my friend was telling me that I should have did a back hair because the game might have assumed I had no hair on the back. See, if we did the same together, do they look? I mean, that looks like a lion's mane. I like this this one, this triangle. I think it was. Let's see, that one's good. I'm just looking. Oh wow, look at that. That's really cute. Oh, we're getting into like the more. Ooh, swept bangs. Ooh. Yeah, like the more those style of hairs, like you have really thick, curly, you know. Yeah, really thick hair. I do like that though. Medium. Ooh, that looks okay. Locks, pigtails. There's the Hatsune Miku hair. There's Scrappy 1. Ponytail 3. Twist. Nah, we're not long hair enough. I think she would have a ponytail though. That's what I was always thinking with this character from the beginning. Yeah, no, not that. So we're back to. Yeah, see, okay. I kind of see it now why you're supposed to do this. I was confused with this before. I like Ponytail 4, though. Does that look better with that, or does it look better with that? I like this, don't you? Or do we want to do Ponytail 3? Or it's off to the side. No, I like Ponytail 4. I like the top ponytail. Yeah, Marina's gonna have, she's gonna have, reined her hair in a little bit more. She's trying to be a little more, adult and professional like her sister Lizzie. Or as you will see, Elizabeth. Spoiler alert for Elizabeth. But yeah, we're gonna try to... I think this, though. She's got her hair a little more under control, then she's not... I like this look. We're gonna think about that, but I think that's what we're doing. Change page. Okay, so no new scars, right? We're gonna have been, what's that look like? Yeah, no, I had acne growing up. You can have acne in this stage because you're a teenager, obviously. I had acne, you know, everybody has acne. I didn't really have bad acne. It was never terrible, but, you know, I still had acne. But not like that. Like, yeah, we're not changing any birthmarks. We wouldn't have gotten new birthmarks. What do the other scars look like? Just to see. Yeah. Maybe, I mean, I don't think she would have gotten any new scars. Hand size was medium. If my hand size was medium, how was Cove's hand like frickin' giant in that one Fireflies thing? Cove has huge hands even as a kid. I don't think we're gonna change too much of this, but let's look at glasses. I don't think we're gonna have glasses. No, but maybe earrings. Oh, we haven't pierced ears yet? You know what? Pierced ears are kind of girly though, aren't they? I don't know, man. Maybe one of these? I like these kind of things. But we're only 13. I mean, I think she's the kind of person that would try to do that, but I think the moms might not let her at this point yet, because she's been kind of... You're gonna imagine Marina Foster as this child, like I said, goblin energy. All through her life, through her early years here, she has been a terror. And I don't think she's gonna have, yeah, your hand size can change. Really. Huh. Interesting. I don't know. I guess weight loss and weight gain would change that. But yeah, I mean, I really didn't plan on changing much other than the hairstyle. Not yet. Earrings maybe when the later life stage, but right now I don't think she would be allowed to pierce her ears yet. Yeah. So let's see. Scars on the leg. Yep, we got that. That's still there. Clothing types. I guess we still do skirts. Maybe hats. Braces. Do we want braces? I had braces when I was this age. Well, maybe not quite. All through high school, though. I wasn't around this age when I got them. I had them for like 5-6 years. That would be something, wouldn't it? I think hats, though. I think... Oh, no, she's got the ponytail. She's not going to want to put a hat... Oh, she's going to... Yeah, she's going to be one of those girls that stuffs her ponytail up in a hat. Because she's going to play sports, right? So you got to have hats and stuff. Bracelets, watches, yeah, things you can wear like that, such as that. But nothing really girly like necklaces. No dresses. Like, this is Marina Foster. She's finding her identity at this stage in her life. I don't think we're doing braces. I mean, I'm sure that adds a little bit of interesting dialogue. You gotta probably... Some of the eating stuff is probably interesting for that. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Why not? I want to see how that affects the character. I did it. I went through that. I'm sure it was expensive for my family. So change page, that just go to page 1? Yeah. So in order to be done, we gotta hit done. So we're just about ready. This is gonna be Marina, age 13. Isn't that exciting? I had no clue this was gonna be so short, and we're just gonna go right into it. I thought that was a long moment. It's a real short prologue. Do we want some freckles on our arms now? I mean, she'd have been out in the sun a lot, right? I think so. I think stuff's gonna have happened. I think she's gonna have freckles on her arms. Like, the more you're out in the sun, the more you get that kind of stuff. That's how it happens. Yeah. Yeah, man. Nah. I don't want to get too crazy, start checking all the boxes off and stuff. Let's go. Okay, so... yeah, you think I'm doing this, I'm not doing this. We're staying fond. I told you, we're not romancing this man's. And is she still, are we still direct? It's how the eyebrow is. Are we relaxed? At this stage of life, this is the question now. This is something I've pondered long and hard. Is that, would she be, as Marina gets older, her personality is going to, you know, everyone grows up a little bit, right? She's only 13. I think we're still pretty irresponsible. I think we're still direct. Or do we want to be relaxed at this stage of life and then go back to direct at, like, the last... See, this is kind of what I'm thinking, right? That she would be doing... That she would be... I thought a lot about this character. Like, basically, she's going to have gone through some stuff. I mean, we already had some experiences as a kid where we got in trouble a lot. We did some stuff. She would be continuing to get in trouble. She would try to... She'd, you know, her sister... There were some issues with her sister in the last moments where she realized maybe her sister wasn't as cool as she always thought she was. You know? And now we're here. We're at this stage of our life where... Our life... Where we, I'm gonna chill out a little bit at 13, right? I think we might go relaxed. Yeah. You won't be able to change it. Relaxed fondness. Oh wait, this is our comforts with Cove. Never mind. Hang on. This is specifically Cove. We can always be direct with Cove. Yeah. This is how she is with Cove. I realize. Specifically. Yeah, no, we're just probably gonna do direct the whole time. You can customize Cove yourself or let his prior experiences determine it. So yeah, this is something that it adds at this stage of the game where we can make Cove however you want him to be. No. I want to be surprised by Cove. I'm pretty sure Cove is going to be, like, outgoing and athletic, given that Marina is outgoing and athletic, and that's what he's been exposed to, and that's the kind of people he hangs out with. But, you know, we're not going to mess with the man's appearance or personality. Neither. Choose your feelings for Derek. Can be the same or different from how you feel towards Cove. Derek, man. So Derek is the second boy. The first DLC boy. There's a bunch... this is where the DLC kicks in, and there's going to be a bunch of DLC moments with this Derek kid. Derek is our bro, okay? He's our sports bro. We play sports with Derek. He's our brosif. And she can be direct with him too. August ended, September began. It was time to go back to school. will see you next time.